freezer mill that's sometimes known as the mill of last resort, for samples that were once considered impossible to grind at room temperature. Today, just for example, we're going to be grinding a piece of leather. I'm going to cut it up into small sections so that it can fit into our grinding vial. And just as a point of information, this is the grinding vial that we use with the 6770. We also have available micro vial, which will handle much smaller samples in the 100 to 500 milligram range. A poly vial for those samples that cannot be contaminated with metal. We also have a large vial which is used in our 6870 freezer mill, capable of handling much larger samples, up to 100 grams of material. And here you can see some before and after samples that were processed in our freezer mill. As you can see here, this is a textile, a piece of fabric, finely ground. For forensic applications, agricultural applications include corn, and as you can see, that ground to a very fine powder. And again, another difficult sample to grind at room temperature, which is cotton, capable of grinding it to a very fine powder. So what we would do is take our chopped up sample, very simply load it into our 6751 vial. Replace the cap. And as you can see, it loads very easily into the electromagnetic coil. The lid is closed, and the sample is immersed in a bath of liquid nitrogen. Our convenient and very easy to use touchscreen panel lets you set any parameters that you want, and the variables are the number of cycles, the grinding time, the pre-cool time, and the rate at which the impactor shuttles back and forth, or the cycles per second. And now that our pre-chill period is up, and that typically would take several minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes depending on the sample, we're ready to start grinding. I'm going to manually start it. Completion of the grinding cycle, we're going to now take the vial out and remove the sample and see just how fine a sample we're left with. Using cryogenic gloves, of course, and an extractor. Extractor, acting like a corkscrew, makes it very easy to remove the end plug. Powder, a talcum powder almost.